Let's talk about MacGuffin, one of the major 3v3 modes, and how to play it with my experience playing it at the top level. MacGuffin is a round-based mode where the objective is to bring the MacGuffin to your base to generate 100 coins for your team to win, while preventing your opponents from stealing it to achieve the same goal. At the start of the round you will be assigned one of two bases, and the next round you will swap bases with your opponents. If the game goes for a third round, both the bases will be open and set once a team captures the MacGuffin in the base of their choice. Coordinate with your team by timing your attacks together and stealing the MacGuffin by standing on the enemy point and throwing it to each other as you attempt to cross the map and return to your base. The MacGuffin will also generate up to 10 coins while being held by players, which will be deposited upon capture. The MacGuffin spawns at 30 seconds, and a Vindicator power-up spawns at 1 minute and every 2 minutes after that. It will only spawn with a machine gun, so you have to pick up weapons, health and armor, which have a 2-second respawn time for weapons and normal timings for health and armor. Starting off, your teammates will spawn on one of the two major items, Mega or Red Armor, so try and collect it and start timing when the next one will spawn. Then, we need to think about getting items and extra armor, so try and move towards getting a weapon and going for one of the two blue armors at each base so you have a good quality stack. Now it should be coming up at 30 seconds where two things will happen at once. Normally the red and the MacGuffin will spawn at the same time, so try and get a position to attack one of them with your team. Sometimes you can get the red first if the red was picked up in less than 5 seconds into the round before attacking the MacGuffin. So now your team should have the MacGuffin or the enemy should have the MacGuffin. So if you have the MacGuffin, try and help the carrier take it back to your base and start the defense, or if when they have it, try and intercept it so they can't cap it on their base. Then again, the red should spawn coming up to 50 to 60 seconds depending on when you or the enemy picked it up last. Where now the Vindicator should be spawning at 60 seconds, where the MacGuffin did. So get that red armor or try and get some damage onto the red armor and push that Vindicator. If your team is attacking and don't have control of the MacGuffin, that Vindicator should be your main priority. Now we enter the mid game, where it's attacking and defending. For when you are defending, try to have one person on the base most of the time. And when you are doing that, you can collect the blue armors next to the base. And your other teammates should be trying to get those major items, Red and Mega, and Vindicator. When you're attacking, get those major weapons and get a good quality stack. Then group up with your teammates and push through weak angles onto their base. When you have attacked their base and you have the MacGuffin, you need to find a route with your teammates back to your base. Try and go past major items so you can get a bigger stack once you arrive at your base, where normally the enemy is going to be waiting and have a fight there. When carrying the MacGuffin back to your base, you might be contested a lot, so make sure to use the throw feature when you're about to die to throw the MacGuffin as far to your base as possible or to a teammate. When you lose control of the MacGuffin from your defense, you need to find what route they are taking to their base. You can do this by holding mid and listening for them. Once that information has been communicated, and you can do two things. If they are by themselves, you can push them. If they're with their team, you can try and have a team fight with them, or hold onto their base and deny that choke point where they might be coming through with pincer, rail, grenade launcher, blast, or whatever. Now this should go back and forwards till the final moments of the game where a team has above 90 coins. Now you need to find a good weapon and push as fast as possible with your team to their base. Now this cycle might happen a lot from dying because they have control of that map, but you need to keep cycling and make sure that they don't get onto overtime and keep that overtime going for as long as possible. This might wear down their stack as well, so then you can get control again and take it back to your base. This is just the basics of this mode and not really any specifics on how to hold the base or push effectively, which I might make a video on if people want it. Any feedback on this video is wanted and welcome. I want to make more educational videos for Diabotical, so subscribe to stay informed about that. I also might do a top game analysis from a tournament I played soon.